Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Now remember, April Fool's Day is over, so all these news stories are true. Well, Uncle Jay's news word for this week is an old French phrase, déjà vu. It's when you see or hear something that feels like you saw or heard it before. And a lot of the news was like that this week. Hostages in Iran, just like 1979. The president visits a PR disaster and promises to fix everything, just like in 2005. The president promises to never dump his embattled buddy, just like in 2006 and 5 and 4. A famous prince does something he might regret someday, just like in 1981. Cause of death, overdose, just like 1997 and 94, 82, 77, 71, 70, 62, 53, 39. Turtles are number one, just like in 1990 and 67. This is why, boys and girls, people say history repeats itself. Sometimes biology repeats, like Uncle Jay in 9th grade. But when you think about it, history was news when it happened. And that's why the news can seem like déjà vu. It's when you see or hear something that feels like you saw or heard it before. Now, some news stories, boys and girls, you do expect to come back, like the start of baseball season, when the Chicago Cubs dream of someday winning the World Series, and the start of Passover, when Jews dream of someday liking the taste of matzah. Something in the news that never did happen before, boys and girls, was the recall of all that pet food. Uncle Jay hopes your dog or cat didn't get sick or worse from all the dangerous chemicals in that food. The government is only supposed to allow those chemicals in the food we eat. Okay, now, boys and girls, it is time to answer one of your news questions. And this week it comes from Wayne in Valparaiso, Indiana. Hi, Wayne. Wayne writes, Dear Uncle Jay, I noticed that when the TV showed that captured lady British soldier in Iran, they showed the same 2 seconds over and over of her smoking a cigarette. Why do they do that? Isn't it bad to show people on TV smoking? Good eye, Wayne. And you're right, they do keep showing that scene over and over. Uncle Jay thinks it's because the smoking is just a little more interesting to watch than the talking. Also, viewers will send in complaints about the smoking, and then they'll watch to see if the complaints get aired, and that's good for ratings. And I think the news channels are just all excited about having a young white blonde in danger again. It's been almost 2 years since Natalie Holloway. Well, boys and girls, send your news questions to Uncle Jay at UncleJayExplains.com. I'll see you next week when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a good kid is good news. Vote for Sanjaya.